ammo mods can fundamentally change how you play Cold War Zombies. So how do you make sure you're using them properly? Ammo mods can be directly purchased when visiting the Pack-a-Punch and changing the tabs to the Ammo Mod tab. Each ammo mod is worth 2,000 points and can be changed at any point in time. Unlike other alternate ammo types in Zombies pasts, you do not need to Pack-a-Punch your weapon to be allowed to put on an ammo mod. Once an ammo mod is equipped, you will see a small device on the side of your weapon. On this device, you can see 2 green lights. When these lights are lit up, it means your ammo mod is no longer cooling down and is ready to be activated. If the lights are off, it means your ammo mod is within its cooldown period. The glass tube will glow when the effect of your ammo mod activates, usually matching the color associated with your ammo mod. Every ammo mod can be upgraded with Ethereum crystals in the skills menu for more powerful effects. Elemental Pop is a perk that gives you a chance to randomly activate any ammo mod even if you don't have it equipped whenever you deal any sort of damage to any enemy. Napalm Burst deals fire damage to enemies. It applies a burning effect to enemies that deal damage over time. Through Ethereum crystal upgrades, you can increase the amount of time enemies are burned to 10 seconds, how much damage is dealt, and even cause special enemies to be affected by this burning effect. These effects have a cooldown of just 3 seconds. Tier 5 has a unique property where the initial burnt enemy will explode and cause a chain reaction that transfers that burning effect to 5 other normal enemies. This Tier 5 specific effect has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Napalm Burst is especially effective against Plague Hounds, Manglers, and Abominations since they are all weak to fire damage. Napalm Burst is an excellent choice if you want to increase your overall damage, whether you're training or camping. Being able to activate Napalm Burst on a special enemy and deal more damage to the oncoming horde every 3 seconds is a game changer. Deadwire deals electric damage to enemies, it stuns normal enemies, and does damage over time. Through upgrades, stunned enemies will generate an electric field that deals damage not only to themselves but other enemies in close proximity. You can also increase the stun duration to 4 seconds, increase the electric field damage, and apply these effects to special enemies. These effects have a cooldown of 15 seconds. Tier 5 will allow arcs of electricity to jump to 3 nearby enemies, effectively tripling the effect. This ability has its own cooldown of 30 seconds. Deadwire is incredibly useful when combating the Megaton or Disciples, as they are both weak to electric damage. Deadwire is an underrated ammo mod and has an excellent niche role in crowd control. When you need some time to reload or get out of a bad situation, Deadwire stuns enemies and provides you with a window of opportunity to make a move. Using Deadwire in Outbreak with its smaller horde sizes and more intense objectives is a match made in heaven. Cryofreeze deals frost damage. Each bullet has a chance to slow normal enemies for a certain period of time. With upgrades, you can increase the duration enemies are slowed for up to 5 seconds, decrease the movement speed of those enemies to half of their normal speed, and cause these slowed enemies to take 25% more damage. Also, special enemies will be weak to these effects. These effects have a minuscule cooldown of just 1 second. When upgraded to Tier 5, a slowed enemy that dies shatters and spreads the slowness effect to 5 other enemies. This effect has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Cryofreeze is excellent against the Krasny Soldat as well as Hellhounds since they are weak to frost damage. Cryofreeze is an awesome ammo mod for a lot of situations. Slowing enemies while you are camping with an LMG or high rate of fire weapon is really fun. I personally like Cryofreeze due to the extra 10 points per slowed enemy kill. The 1 second cooldown time makes Cryofreeze functionally always active, which is pretty cool. Brain Rot deals toxic damage. Each bullet has a chance to turn enemies into allies. Through upgrades, you can increase the turned duration to 20 seconds, double the damage the turned enemies do, and have turned enemies explode on death, which deals more toxic damage. Also, you can turn special enemies. These effects have a long 40-second cooldown. Tier 5 makes it so that when the turned enemy dies, it turns 3 more enemies. This effect has a 30-second cooldown. Turned is fantastic against Mimics, Tempests, and Abominations, as they are all weak to toxic damage. Turned is the go-to camping ammo mod. Having friendly enemies slim down the oncoming horde increases your odds of survival. Pro tip, using Turned on your backup weapon allows you to activate Turned and then swap weapons, and wait out that lengthy cooldown timer of Turned while utilizing a different ammo mod at the same time. Shatter Blast deals explosive damage. Each bullet has a chance of exploding, dealing more explosive damage, and destroying enemy armor. With upgrades, you can double the explosion size, cause these explosions to deal damage to nearby enemies, completely destroy normal enemy armor, and knock down enemies that are near the explosion. These effects have a cooldown of 25 seconds. At Tier 5, 3 additional staggered explosions will trigger in close proximity. This has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Shatter Blast is great for fighting the Krasny Soldat, as they are weak to explosive damage. Shatter Blast is the go-to high-round training ammo mod, and it's not even close. The Tier 5 successive explosions are capable of eliminating an entire horde with 1 activation. So if you feel like training at high rounds, rounds instead of camping? Use Shatter Blast. Feel free to experiment, use different ammo mods on different weapons, and find what combinations you enjoy the most. If you're eager to deal even more damage to zombies, however, check out this video where I go over every single kill streak in Cold War Zombies. Check it out here, and stay beautiful.